Hello everyone, back tuning in today's first video doing 5-day forecast. For today's first video, having a detailed look at whether it's 5 days across the British Isles. This covers the full bank holiday weekend period as well, of course. And it's going to be very warm over the next 5 days. And probably with an increasing risk of thunder as we head in towards the weekend. So later on, probably this evening, we'll probably update Stormwatch. Actually, just have an early sort of heads up about what might happen over the bank holiday weekend. So I think there will be a risk of thunderstorms. We won't have time to cover in depth where the storm risk is going to be for the 5-day forecast. So that'll be this evening. In between the 5-day forecast and Stormwatch, I think we're going to have a look at whether it's week to 10 days as well. So, before we go on with 5-day forecast, just say about websites using coming from the weatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.de. You find links to both those websites on the links page. This is the radar picture from the Weather Outlook, and there's hardly anything to be seen, really. Just a few light, drizzly bits, pieces of rain across the far west and southwest of Scotland, but the vast majority of the country is dry today. And the reason is because we've got this big area of high pressure centred over the top of the country. Now, we've got quite a bit of cloud still in the north and west with this area of high pressure, although I think that will be increasingly thinning out through the day, although Scotland might stay quite cloudy. But elsewhere in the north, I think it probably does brighten up more this afternoon and into evening. But the base of the sunshine will always be down in the south and the southeast, and very warm down in the southeast. About hot really for the end of May. Temperatures could be up to around 27 in London. That's 81 Fahrenheit, which is way above average for this time of the year. More generally, those temperatures coming out between around, say, 20 to 25 degrees. Overnight tonight, high pressure remains in control, so all places will be staying dry. Still probably a fair amount of cloud across Scotland, but elsewhere, a mix of clear spells and variable cloud. It's going to be a warm night tonight, especially in towns and cities. Temperatures holding up in double figures quite widely in built-up areas. Rural areas might go down to sort of 7, 8, 9 degrees. Very mild, even in rural areas, but in the towns and cities, actually probably quite a steamy night tonight. That high pressure is still dominating for Thursday, drifting ever so slightly to our east and beginning to pull up more of a southerly, southeasterly influence. That should allow the sunshine to come through in the north. So I think we're going to have a widespread sunny day, really, across many parts of the country. Long sunny spells coming through once again. I'd say even northern areas probably joining in with the sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures roughly the same as today, maybe a degree or so up if anything. So coming out around again, say 22 to 28 degrees. That's 72 to 81 Fahrenheit. Into Friday, the high pressure is dominating. You notice it is beginning to slip more towards the east. Pressure is beginning to leak away down to the southwest. I think have another dry day on Friday, really, with good sunny spells coming through once more. Probably more in way of cloud bubbling up through the afternoon, but I don't think there'll be enough instability really to allow those clouds to develop into showers. So I think the bulk of the country stays dry. Perhaps a thunderstorm threatening the Channel Islands and the far southwest of England by the end of the day. But otherwise, again, loads of dry weather, good sunny spells. Temperatures might reach 28 degrees. That's 83 Fahrenheit down in the south. And then we go through into Saturday and the bank holiday weekend, and clearly things are wobbling now. Low pressure is developing out to the west and pushing northwards as this high pressure slips into central parts of Europe. Saturday looks a very warm, if not locally hot day down in the southeast, with temperatures into the upper 20s Celsius. That's into the 80s Fahrenheit. We will have thundery showers or thunderstorms from word-go across Ireland and southwest England. I think they'll be pushing northwards and eastwards through the course of the day, probably bringing some heavy and maybe torrential rain to parts of Wales, northern England and Scotland in particular. Some of those storms possibly getting towards the Midlands, but I think to the southeast, East Anglia and southeast England, probably not seeing all that much. We will have a look at this in detail with Stormwatch later on. There might be a scattered thunderstorm in the southeast, but I think most of the thundery weather is actually out to the north and the west. Temperatures, it depends on the cloud really. It might go up to around 30 degrees in the southeast on Saturday. That's 86 Fahrenheit, but it will depend how much cloud there is, because that will limit the temperature potentially. It's going to be a humid day though, wherever you are. Into Sunday, and also we've got a little bit of a ridge across the country then. That looks quite transient, but I think Sunday will be a mostly dry day with a fair amount of sunshine. Southern coastal counties probably at risk of showers or maybe thunderstorms by the end of Sunday afternoon, but most places are going to stay dry. Temperatures still very warm and humid down in the southeast at around 27 or 28, but otherwise a little bit cooler and fresher up to the northwest, 17 to 21 for Scotland, Northern Ireland. And then overnight, sunny into Bank Holiday Monday, we've got this low pressure coming up from the south, trying to come up from the south anyway. A lot of uncertainty about this area of low pressure, but the latest model guidance is definitely to lift this low pressure up into the country, particularly across England and Wales. So this has the potential to spoil things across England and Wales for Bank Holiday Monday. We may have some thunderstorms moving northwards overnight Sunday into Monday. And then Monday itself, Bank Holiday Monday itself, probably quite cloudy across England and Wales with outbreaks of rain. I think we lose a thundery potential overnight, so just quite a cloudy, wet day potentially for England and Wales, with Scotland and Northern Ireland probably getting the driest, brightest, sunniest of the conditions on Bank Holiday Monday this year. But I have to emphasise this is an ever-changing situation, so it might not be a done deal yet to bring this low pressure up from France. Temperatures on Bank Holiday Monday, if you're under persistent outbreaks of rain, probably no better around 13 to 15 Celsius, quite cold really. Otherwise, I think generally around 17 to 21. The far southeast could still be quite warm and humid. The trend beyond that through next week is probably to turn things increasingly unsettled and a little bit cooler as well. If I have a look at charts from Weather Outlook, lots of dry weather coming up today. We go through into Thursday, and again, lots of dry weather. Temperatures will be very warm. That continues into Friday as well. Over the weekend, we find thundery showers in the north and the west for Saturday. The southeast tending to stay mostly dry day on Sunday. And then into Bank Holiday Monday, we have this rain pushing up from the south. It might be thunder overnight Sunday into Monday. Monday itself, probably no thunder, just cloud and rain spreading northwards. Temperatures cooling down, although still a bit on the humid side in the southeast. So, excuse me, in summary, it looks like we're going to be in for a very warm 5 days ahead. Temperatures going to be way above average. Lots and lots of dry weather over the next couple of days, and then we get through into Bank Holiday weekend, and we have thundery showers or thunderstorms in the northwest, particularly on Saturday, mostly dry Sunday, and then outbreaks of rain, which could be quite heavy on Bank Holiday Monday in the south. Later on today, we'll have a look at weather for the next week to 10 days, and then this evening, I think better up-to-date storm watch just to give a bit of a heads up about where these storms could be on the weekend. Right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.